So, who is the traitor? Quick spoiler, it is not Gravel. Long spoiler, it is also not Platinum. The near-liked event gave us a ton of incredible stuff about a bunch of characters, and I wanna use some of it to revisit an old video and discuss how stuff has changed. I think it's a good video. With the information that was available back then, it definitely created some interesting food for thought, and the views were also pretty decent, but as time moves on, we need to talk about how things look right now. By the way, real quick, I am very fucking sick at the moment, so I apologize for my voice. Now let's get to the video. The main thesis back then was that those two operators, who generally are considered to have feelings for the Doctor, be that admiration or yandere-ness or whatever you wanna call it, are in fact faking their feelings in order to get closer to you for some sort of ulterior goal. The basis for all of that was that Platinum is a member of the Armorless Union, who are among the enemies of the Maria Nerl event. Gravel used to be connected to her, and they both behaved in rather sussy ways towards the Doctor, for the lack of a better term. You can find the details in the old video, but just knowing that should be enough for today. Now enter near-liked. The event has changed everything. This right here is from now on only technically true. There is absolutely no connection here. Gravel and Platinum were genuine enemies. And that sussy stuff, well, we need to go into details here. But one thing at a time. I want to talk about Gravel quickly first, because I think Platinum is the more complicated one. And there will be another video which will discuss Gravel as a character in depth, and well, it will also discuss one of the most interesting lines in the entire game. So basically, Gravel's role in that whole QaiserMLG storyline is rather simple, I would say. She is a knight associated with the Adeptus Sprawiedliwi, one of the main factions of QaiserMLG. During the events of Near-Liked, she gets assigned to the Doctor and Armia, as Rhodes Island is doing work in the Grand Knight territory under the Adeptus' protection. She hangs out a lot with you, and among other things, she is very helpful, for example in saving you from an assassination attempt by the Armorless Union. Later, she gets allowed to join Rhodes Island and travel the world with you lot. She is out of the question when it comes to treason and all of that stuff. Now, her personal feelings, not only towards you, but to life, the world and everything in general, and how her behavior reflects those feelings, it will be analyzed in one of the next videos. I want to dedicate a full video to that. Homegirl deserves it. And now, let's get into the Platinum Musi. Oh boy, man, where are we supposed to start? Like, during the Maria Nerl event back then, it was hard for me to feel any sympathy towards her at all, I won't lie. Because it's one thing to recruit a Sarkas with questionable morals, but an assassin who hunts down infected and potentially takes out a kid? Oh my god, bruh, oh hell no, man, who invited this girl? Thankfully, we now know more. A combination of Pinus Sylvestris and Near-Liked will shed more light on Platinum. Let's start with her involvement with the Armorless Union. How did she end up with those guys? After graduating from being a student, Platinum had many career paths open to her. For example, she could have become a businesswoman from one of the major corporations. She could have also become an idol knight. Yes, QaiserMLG has idol knights. And at the end of the day, she ended up becoming a competition knight. She was very successful, got an amazing contract, won a lot of battles, yet after a while she got tired of it. Not necessarily of the fighting, but with all the business and behind the scenes stuff. One day she got a phone call. A man said that he got a job offer for her. It would give her both more money and more freedom than her current situation. After that she received an address. She went there, and the shopkeeper gave her the personal information of somebody and a military-grade arrow. She realized that she was already past the point of no return. If she doesn't comply now, the newspapers will report her death tomorrow. And so she went ahead and killed a man who was sitting at his home in his massage chair by shooting the arrow through the window into his head. Immediately she got another phone call. It's the same guy. He says that she is now a member of the Armorless Union. He also reveals that he is called Platinum. She became one of Platinum's students and started working as a member of the Armorless Union. One day, one of the two Lazarites approached her and informed her of the fact that Platinum had become a traitor to the Union and was now dead. He then asked her whether she wants to be the new Platinum. She became silent after that, thinking about what could be the right answer for quite a while, until the Lazarite told her that silence was in fact the right answer. And just like that, she had become the new Platinum of the Armorless Union. Okay, so what we can say is, it's a one thing led to another type beat situation. She came across a couple of situations where she just had to go along with what those people were demanding from her, just so that she would not be eliminated. While the prospect of lots of money definitely might have lured her in initially, she did not become an assassin for the sake of wealth, also not for the sake of her being evil, but for the sake of not getting killed herself. Platinum hated her job, by the way, especially after her promotion to, well, Platinum. She says that she would have loved to just resign and walk out. However, with a job like that, that's not that easy. In the QaiserMLG events, there were countless of times where you could see how little she enjoyed her thing, and near-like ended with multiple epilogues, one of them more or less fully dedicated to Platinum, or well, it was dedicated to her trying to run away from the Union while they tried to catch her, dead or alive. Without handing in a proper resignation, she runs and runs, occasionally fighting off Armorless Union members she comes across. In the end, she gets saved by a group of Rhodes Island members, Gravel and you. Fast forward, she leaves QaiserMLG together with us and becomes a Rhodes Island operator. At this point, she is only technically a part of the Armorless Union. The position of Platinum and everything that comes with it is still hers, yet that's it. She has gone rogue. So, to briefly summarize, the Armorless Union put her in a position where she had to work for them, she hated it, tried to run away, they then tried to get her, dead or alive. In my opinion, there is not a single reason, at least not on the surface, for her to be loyal to those guys any longer. Especially not with Rhodes Island here. Like, who is the better option? A bunch of fashionable murderers? Or a group of misfits who saved her life and are being led by an absolute beauty who is also known as the girl reading this? Calcit has a different opinion though, on the question of Platinum's loyalty, that is. She says that Platinum does not care about Rhodes Island, she just stays here because she trusts you, the Doctor. Yet Platinum decided to be led by Calcit herself, apparently to develop her own strengths and to prove that her relation with Rhodes Island is genuine. We don't need to look at that, she is very strong already, but that part right here is interesting. She talked about trust a couple of times. In the Platinum-based epilogue, near the end, Gravel confronts her at Rhodes Island, wanting to know what she is plotting. She says that she is not plotting anything, she just wants to work hard in order to earn your trust. She then basically says that that is a logical thing to do in her situation. Just like the first video on this topic, Gravel thinks that Platinum's behavior is sus, for the lack of a better term, again. But objection! Look at this part. That trust-earning thing is normal to her. That's just how she behaves. Being an assassin for a long time changes people. Or so I was told. Like a couple of anecdotes from her files. She looks a lot at the data she did not apply to get access to. She threatens and blackmails the medical department so that they will change data about her chest size. All of that sounds mad, and it is pretty mad, but if you put everything into context, that context being her background with the Union, that's just how she is. No, if we look at all the reasons I stated in the past for her possibly being a traitor, there is nothing left. And because of that, the answer to the question who is the traitor is no. I mean, you could say that Platinum is a traitor to the Armorless Union, and because of that, no. But you could say that Gravel left the people who gave her knighthood, so no. Or maybe it is actually null, because my wallet, no. if we use the word traitor as we used it back then it can definitely not be applied to any of those two. Now, what about that whole faking their love thing? The answer to that is also no, because they were not in love with the Doctor in the first place. As I said earlier, we will discuss way deeper why that's the case with Gravel, as I think her character is way more than that yandere thing people give her, and I have also given her in the past. And for Platinum, she just wants to leave. She literally states her intentions at the moment. She just wants to leave. She wants to leave the Union and Kazimierz and the Grand Knight territory behind. You basically saved her life and made it possible for her to get away, and that's pretty much as far as it goes. She now wants to earn your trust so that she can get away from all of that stuff together with Rhodes Island. That's everything. Okay, final sentence to summarize everything. None of them are traitors, none of them love the Doctor in a romantic way, only if you look at certain fanart. Now excuse me while I go and watch some a cappella battle rap. But first, let me thank my wonderful channel supporters and operators, and my amazing channel commanders. Ankoku, Ezreal, Carousel Eva, Chris, Daniel Henriquez, Demoboy125, Erwin Heckler, Eisel, Gapes on Frames, Jimshot First, Longo, LWKY, Neo, Written, and Zephyrinix. Thanks a lot for your support, guys, and to you, thanks for watching. And I hope that I will see you next time. Cheers!